Hi, and welcome to our first lesson on perimeter and area. And I do know that for a lot of you in this class, this is going to be a bit of a review. That's okay. We are going to be working backwards through the concept more than you probably have in the past. So for instance, sometimes you're going to have to find an unknown side. So it makes it a little bit different and more complex than probably what you've done in the past. So I'm going to talk about perimeter. And P-E-R-I-M-E-T-E-R. Sometimes when I talk and I write, like I did last year, I misspelled it inadvertently. The words are, perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And the length is this long side, the width is this short side. So you take 2 of those and add them to 2 of these. So it's L plus W plus W. So the algebra for it, P equals 2L plus 2W. This is an important thing to put right in your math notebook, okay? So let's say that there is going to be a carnival. That's going to be held in our school's parking lot. And we need to know how much rope we need to enclose the carnival. And we know that the carnival has to fit in, there's 200 feet and 100 feet rectangle. It's a huge rectangle, so it's big, like in a parking lot. Well, we need to take 2 times 200 plus 2 times 100. And if you remember the order of operations, you always do the multiplication first. So that's 400, and that's 200. 400 plus 200 is 600 feet. Now some people get confused and they said, I thought you had to add that little 2 for squared. Nope, when you are talking about perimeter, that is your length around something. That is like a fence. That's like a border of a bulletin board. It is not anything in the middle. Which brings us to area. So area is, I think, more simple to find because it's just a simple multiplication. You just take the length times the width, okay? So A equals LW, all right? So up here, if you wanted to find the area, you would have to do 200 times 100 to see how much area the carnival took up. I'm going to do, this is 10 feet, and this is 5 feet. To find the area, this is like to cover with carpet squares, or to find how many square feet of, say, mulch you need for a garden. You just take the length times the width, and that is 10 times 5, and that's 50 square feet or feet squared. I'm very picky on this. You will lose a half a point if you don't label it one of these 2 ways for area. And you will lose half a point if you accidentally put a little 2 above the feet here. Okay? If it's a linear, which means it's one line of something going around something, it can only be feet. But if you're talking about the inside of something, that is square feet, or feet squared is the way to abbreviate it. Okay? So how do you do a square? We use something called an S for side because there's 4 of the same one. It's 4 times whatever S is. And the area is S squared, or side times side. Okay? So let's say we are going to do this base. This is a square. It's looking like a diamond, but we are going to do the perimeter. And so we're going to do 3, 3, 3, and 3, which is 4 times 3, which is equal to 12. Easy peasy. And then to find the area, what is inside here, maybe how much sand we need delivered to our baseball diamond, we are going to do 3 squared, or 3 times 3, which is 9. Please remember, don't accidentally do 3 times 2. That will get you an incorrect answer every time. So we are going to do feet squared, and we're going to label this just plain feet. Because this is like a fence that goes around the outside, the perimeter. This is what goes inside, coloring it in. So then if we have another square that is 60 feet, we would do 4 times 60, which is 240 feet. If we want the area on the inside, we do 60 times 60, which is 3,600 feet. I've done the math right down here if you'd like to see. Okay. I know I'm going quickly through this concept. Mrs. Pettis assures me that you have had this before. So sometimes what they're going to do is say, okay, I'm going to give you the area, and I'm only going to give you one of the sides. So I need you to find the missing width here. So what I did was I put 195 as the area, I plugged it into the formula, and then I did 15 times, we don't know what the width is. So I can see right here, I need to divide 195 by 15. Come over here, and I do 15 goes into 19 one time. 1 times 15 is 15. And you subtract 40, bring down the 5, 45. 15 goes into 45 3 times, and we have no remainder. So what we need to do is realize that the width is going to be plain old 13 meters, not meters squared. In my last class, I put that up there and had them tell me whether it was correct or incorrect. Our width is just this length, which is not a square unit. The only thing that is squared is this area piece up here. Okay? So in this question, we are trying to find the perimeter. And we know that the total perimeter is 40, and we know that it took 4 sides to get to 40. So I put 4 times whatever the side is going to equal 40. 4 times S is 40. I can see that you can either divide 40 by 4, or you can divide, or you can say what times 4 is 40. Clearly it is 10, and so your answer would be 10, we're going to say it's feet. And remember, it's just the length of the side, it's not squared. Okay, I know that this one went a little bit quickly, but there are examples in the book that are absolutely wonderful. You can take a look at that. Don't forget that if you are looking for the answer to one of the first 2, the vocab questions, those are usually found in the words that are highlighted in yellow throughout the book in the lesson. All right. So check out the assignment on Schoology and get started right away. Thanks, everyone.